Hi, today is the 4th of June. So for the second annual report review video, I will do on Malaysian Cement. Malaysian Cement is the largest cement and building materials company in Malaysia. They mainly do cement and concrete. Alright. They have recently in 2021 September, they acquired YTL Cement's entire cement and concrete operations. So it seems like YTL Cement no longer wants to do cement business, right? But YTL Cement is their major shareholder lah. It's their parent company actually. So they're just restructuring, and so they will have five locations, five factories. One is in Langkawi, one is in Kelantan, one is in Padang Rengas, and Bukit Sagu. Right. So Kelantan and Padang Rengas is in Perak, Bukit Sagu is in Pahang. So a lot of it comes from very far away. So you manufacture, let's say in Perak, you take 2.5 hours to reach KL. Uh, yeah. Well, of course, you have to do it very far away lah. Okay. So the transport cost will be there, and you have the Rawang plant is very old. It is 70-year old. Okay, I think they are not a lot of machine breakdown, so they have to refurbish it lah. Uh, So they got other terminal facilities. This is for export. Then they go to Westport and want to export. So they have 1.4 billion during the year, because actually it will be more because of the MCO. They got now this year they made a profit. Total assets and market cap is about 3 billion. So um, yeah. So these are the board of directors. Okay, mostly it's Yo family. You can see. Uh, and there is the executive directors. The audit committee, you can see here. Later you can see the profile. The auditors are Deloitte. Number 6 is okay. So this is the chairman's statement. So it's basically saying 2 years since they were acquired by YTL, they are doing well lah. So now they are making profit. Before they were making loss. So they are combining YTL Cement and Malayan Cement. So after a few years loss, now they are making profit. And they bought over YTL Cement business for 5 billion. So you'll see more of that later. So these are some of the statements you can read. So this is they like to say that they are committed to sustainability and R&D lah. Okay. See, they invested 190 million in emissions control and monitoring systems, because when you manufacture cement, you use a lot of coal to heat up your furnace, right? When you want to make clinker, you have to heat it up at a very high temperature. So they have to monitor and control their one. So they want to be carbon neutral by 2050. I don't know. This is yeah, why can't they do it now, right? Why do they have to wait for another 30 years? Anyway, even if it's possible is it possible to be carbon neutral? I'm not sure what they mean by this. How can you be carbon neutral, because you are manufacturing? Are you sure you are carbon positive, right? Yeah. So this is their R&D lah. They're doing all sorts of special materials um, for all these aqua build. Right, they want to use waterproof concrete for stormwater management, and they want to make beautiful concrete for outdoor pavements on the floor, right? Your floor look very nice when you have this kind of material. And then they got dry mix means very fast to dry you don't have to wait for 2 days for it to dry, right? So they are doing all this thing can keep them ahead but you need R&D. They are doing like green things lah. Okay, these are some of their, this is like their quarry lah. They break the rocks to make concrete. So you can see their share performance, they beat the KLCI. KLCI is the top 30 shares in Malay, is right in the index the 30 companies in the Malaysia index. The index, Malaysia index, dropped right in the last few months, but they went up during MCO. So they seem to be doing better than average market companies. This is the 5-year trend, so you can see the revenue fell right from 5 years ago. Revenue now very little, but the profit, see the profit, they were making loss 2017, 18, 19, 20 loss, 21, then they make a small profit. Okay, so it's very, there's a big difference in accounting. The moment you are lost, moment 1 year you hit a loss, you start to worry because the auditors will push you for impairment. Everything impairment, your fixed asset impairment, your investment in subsidiaries, all your businesses, they want to look at impairment already. They want to lower your cash flow forecast, right? So moment once you turn black, right, no more red, turn black, then you can you don't have so much problem. Even you want to borrow money from banks, you want to raise capital, it's not so difficult anymore. So can consider they already turn around this year. Okay, so you can see their net asset, you got 270 net asset, but the share price is how much? Share price is about 270 also, right? 280, 270. So okay confident right? The market has confidence in that, is reflected in the share price, right? Okay, let's go on. So this is their breakdown. Okay, they talk about cement, they talk about concrete. So concrete is a lot of cement is more for houses okay. I think cement is for, if I'm not mistaken, cement is more for houses. Concrete is more for the high rise the bigger projects like PMB 118 rapid project and all So right, because cement you sell to somebody, they can make concrete themselves Cement you just add the aggregates, you add the stone, then you get concrete. Whereas if you concrete is more for, you sell to the end user right? That's what I think then of course dividend policy, they say not yet not so soon no dividend yet until they got money. So segment overview, of course they talk about their Rawang plant and then Langkawi now they say is good because they want to export. When you export to Singapore, because Singapore their construction is booming in the during the MCO now is so and they can sell it for higher price in Singapore, so they ship from Langkawi, use the boat, the ship to Johor, right, or they ship directly to Singapore, right? So that's the advantage of having the Langkawi plant okay. But so the when you are near the port right, because Langkawi plant is just, they have their own port actually, so the ships right, dedicated port specifically for the cement plant, because the whole Langkawi, the Malayan cement has a very big plant there in the whole of Langkawi. It's the biggest factory there. So we have some of their projects, you see. It depends on the project when you have new projects like LRT2, LRT3, Tun Razak Exchange, then they they will have more sales. Mm, okay. Okay, let's go on to. I just highlight the key things that you can find information. So this is like they put the shareholdings in front. Normally it's at the back. Um, so the main owners of Malayan Cement is YTL Cement lah. YTL Cement owns almost 80%. Okay, the rest is all Lok Wan Yat. Yeah, the rest are all fund managers the top. So see YTL is almost 80%. So we have P&L now. The P&L compared with before MCO. And before MCO, they were doing about 1 point something million a year. Okay, so you take 2.4. They were doing about 16 million 16 1.6 billion. Now it's only 1.4 billion so the revenue was not so good, but the gross profit margin went up. Okay, it was only about 7%. Okay, now it is 11%. So for gross profit, this one not very high also. Okay, uh, yeah, for the risk that you take, your gross profit margin is very low. When it comes to net profit margin, yeah, it's even lower lah. Okay, it's not even 1% lah. So okay, but at least they are here, still profit. Financial cost went down, you can see here, and selling cost went down. Okay, yeah. So note 5, you can see what is in note 5 and note 8. Okay, later we see. Why? Okay, now we go to balance sheet. Balance sheet it looks normal lah. Okay, you got this one is high because they is very long ago lah, for more than 10 years already. This thing is a goodwill lah. So they never impair for more than 10 years, so it's still sitting there. Okay, yeah. Your DTA, deferred tax asset, also very high because this one is because of the accumulated losses from some of their subsidiaries. They recognize whereas the first video I show SB Satir, they never recognize their losses as an asset. Here they got 238 million. So they are able to convince their auditor that their loss-making companies will make profit in the future. Okay, I'm not sure what kind of yeah, normally it's not so easy to recognize all these things as an asset. So cash flow statement, um, depreciation. Where is depreciation? Depreciation went down. Okay, so yeah, that's about it lah. So they have operating cash, positive operating cash here, which is what is supposed to be lah. It's supposed to be like this expected 71 million positive. Investing negative is okay. Financing is positive because they issued new share capital. So net increase by 50 million, 57 million. So cash flow no issue. Okay, looks good. Looks good. Here we have so just now see the selling cost, why selling cost went down. Do we have any uh, breakdown? Let's see. So doesn't seem like it lah. Okay, they didn't really, they put the note there, but sometimes it's like that one. The note doesn't explain. Oh yeah, here got. So you can see here transport cost went down. Okay, maybe they do large orders by sea so when you got sea freight, then maybe your transport cost lesser, right? Staff cost also went down lah. Yeah. Uh, See it looks like they sack a lot of people like that right? Look like they how did they reduce their staff cost? The only way to reduce staff cost is if a lot of staff leave, resign, or get fired. So it looks like okay, they must have done something to manage their cost okay. If it wasn't for reduction in all these things, they would have still made a loss. Okay, so this is mainly why they they made a profit, because their staff cost went down and also depreciation went down transport cost also went down. Yeah. So we have here uh, now we go to the next one. So you can see finance costs also. Why finance costs went down is because of revolving credit. Revolving credit, the interest very high one. Revolving credit is like it's something like overdraft really. Okay, so normally companies will try to avoid using our revolving credit and overdraft because the interest, but only for short term But you can see here, just by reducing these two, you save quite a lot of money. Um, yeah, the rest not very material So also positive they managed to control this, but they should take out more They should take out term loan to reduce the cost of all this. So this is their plant and equipment. You can see what they bought during the year. Okay, they didn't really buy anything. Building not much. Okay, the main increase is this capital work in progress. Capital work in progress is um, normally is for building. Okay, when this is completed, then it goes to building. Okay, um, or maybe machinery also can. Okay, if it's if plant and machinery also I think can It could be this building or machinery which they are investing so much 46 million. The rest they are not spending so you can see they are cutting back their costs. Okay, they don't buy any new cars, like company car or tada. Computers also not much right, just of 1 million only on all this. Okay, so depreciation. So this is their depreciation. The main depreciation of course comes from your silo So this is last year's one. Last year also they didn't spend much money. Hey, they didn't depreciate. Yeah, they didn't spend much money, but you see the depreciation compare with here 122. This is 185. So their depreciation basically all these reduced from last year. Okay, from all categories. So I'm not sure how they managed to reduce their depreciation. Okay, but maybe it's because last time they depreciated too early. They depreciate at too high rate. So when it comes now, the asset already quite old, mostly fully depreciated. Okay. Um, that's about it. Let's go on. So investment in subsidiaries, nothing much. So these are all 100% here. Okay, they don't simply what share. Their mostly is wholly owned subsidiaries. So joint venture is positive. Okay, they receive 19 million from their joint venture dividends. So the joint venture is earning profit lah. If not, they cannot pay dividend, right? For 19 million. So of course the joint venture is this guy lah, Singapore lah, Alliance Concrete Singapore, 50%. So yeah, so this guy is making. They gave them Singapore, like I said, is doing well. Okay, so now let's move on to deferred tax. So deferred tax. So this one, no, not much movement in deferred tax. Okay, but it mostly is unused tax losses. Okay, unabsorbed CA is also quite a lot. Means they are unabsorbed CA is a lot. Means your uh, as an asset, it means your depreciation is too high. It means your depreciation is higher than your capital allowance. Okay, so when your depreciation is faster, the rate of depreciation in your accounting is faster than the rate of capital allowance that you are claiming for tax purpose, then you have an asset lah. So that's why I say their depreciation is a bit too fast lah, compared with CA lah. Most likely, I'm not sure. It could be other reasons. So unused tax losses, you know, yeah. So 10 years expire, so long time more. Yeah, so not so good also lah. Even though this company is making profit, it's assuming that if 100 million cannot claim, straight away your company will make a loss already. So it's assuming that these companies who are making loss now will make profit in the future. Then only you can claim all this. Okay. Um, so deferred tax. These are just the movement in and out, in and out. So the inventories, they got a lot of engineering parts. Most of it is engineering parts. Okay. Even the raw material and finished goods, nothing. Okay. They don't have see the finished goods is very little only. Most of it is engineering parts. 140 million. Means their machine always break down that's why they have to keep all these parts. Fuel, raw materials, and yeah, this is normal. Okay. So and you got inventory obsolescence, 31, right? So out of your 54 million of inventory finished goods, you got 31 million is obsolete. So how come cement can go obsolete, right? Concrete cannot go obsolete one mah. You got aggregate also cannot go obsolete. So what is this 30 million, right? That is obsolete. And right, cement don't go obsolete. Cement means if it's spoiled, it's damaged, means it's damaged. Uh, so from my understanding yeah, this one, if you are investor, you are concerned with this 31 million here. Let's go on to here. Trade receivables is okay lah, because they are impairment, they impair lah. So you can see that in total, they got 2 million, okay, that they have provided. They assume that they cannot recover 2 million. Okay, sorry, it's not 2 million, it's 23 million. Okay, 23 million they assume they cannot recover. So if they have a legal department, I'm sure. So right, every day the legal department will send letter of demand and all that to recover this 23 million. Right, whereas last year is 31 million. So they have reduced their bad debts, but it's still a lot. Okay, it comes out to millions. um, what they could do is they have to manage. So your contractor, sometimes the contractor, the property developer or what, cannot pay, cash flow problem. So you know it's not a good thing lah, okay, when you have bad debts. Next is your GST. They got GST recoverable here, so the government delay them, you know 2000, by like 2017 already they should be collecting their money already, but now it's already 2021, still got 3 million left from the government. Very, this one not sure why lah, okay. Normally government will have to refund you in a few months you submit. By in 6 months they're supposed to refund already. I remember the time they say 6 months, but why after a few years it's still here? Okay, that's about it. Last one is subsequent events. So they bought all the cement operations from YTL for 5 billion. How they going to pay? They need 2 billion cash. So once they buy 2 billion cash, means they will have cash flow problem already. Okay, they will issue new shares. The rest is in they issue new shares and bonds. Um, yeah. So once they buy over YTL cement, we know that YTL cement is profitable. Okay, it's more profitable than Malayan cement. So when they buy for 5 billion, they will have net book value. The net book value will be lower than 5 billion. Then when they consolidate, maybe it's 4 billion. And then the goodwill will be 1 billion. Like that lor. So um, how they come up with the valuation is one thing, and then what is the future impact, right? What is we have to see the quarterly results, okay. See how much increase in the uh, profit, okay, in the revenue and profit for the future years. But most likely the share price will go up, okay, once YTL transfer their profitable business to this company. Then that's why the share price went up, right? And okay, that's about it. Thank you.